Hello and welcome to the new Nexus Online. I'm Bansy Kalappa. He is the head of C-Fore, very well-known psephological agency. We have with us Mr. Premchand Palety himself. Mr. Palety, first of all, we've seen in so many elections in the recent past, psephologists have given numbers which are very contrasting. Like, for example, in the recent Karnataka elections, we saw different, altogether contrasting numbers. Why does this happen?
So one is the time of the poll is conducted. Any opinion poll will give the result during the time it is conducted. If the poll is conducted in January, another poll is in February, so the results would be different. And another thing, any opinion poll will have three stages: selection of sample, collecting data from the sample, and the analysis of the sample. Errors can creep in three of these stages. Of course, it also depends on the skill of the pollster. And then there are certain issues of biasness also. The unethical practices among pollsters also. I am not ruling that out. That is also an issue.
Okay, so in a long drawn poll, general election like this, where in multiple stages, earlier we saw, the elections were over much faster. But here, in such a lengthy phase, one of the allegations of the Congress that it has been designed in such a way that the Prime Minister, who is the star campaigner of the Bharatiya Janata Party and the I.N.D.I.A, can reach to the maximum number of areas. That is one of their allegations. Do you think there's some truth in that?
Yes, I think so. Because Modi is the main face of BJP.
Absolutely.
He is the vote getter for BJP. So more phases are there. It will help BJP because the Prime Minister can go to different places, different states. Means if it's all compressed in say a few days, then his travel time would be much less. So now he gets a lot of time to travel, and also for the BJP helps to deploy the resources in different phases. So it is helping BJP.
Okay. Also, if you see the share market, we saw a huge slump in the share market. We have seen corrections over a period of time. Also, the Satta market. Earlier, they were giving the the ruling regime 340, 350. Now they're giving it a much lower number, 280. So, is there something that the share market and the Satta market know about the elections that we don't know?
No, this purely speculation, share market and Satta market, and they actually see what psephologists are doing. They go by survey reports also. So, but it's purely speculative.
Okay. Now, also, the Prime Minister himself is using very divisive, polarizing language like Guspetiya, Mangal Sutra, and he's also talking of money from Ambanis and Adanis in tempos being delivered. Now, what kind of message is this really sending across the nation? What do you make out of such desperate statements? Because certain groups in the opposition are calling them desperate.
Maybe they got the exit poll reports, which is not very favorable to them. Like I am talking to some field workers who are doing the survey. So the feedback is not very positive for BJP. So maybe that's why they want to polarize the voters using Hindu-Muslim card again. So maybe he's trying to do that. So he's not looking very confident, Modi, as he used to. Yeah. So this could be one of the reasons.
Okay. Now, when you say, we've seen Karnataka, we've had two phase polls. So both the phases are over. On 26th of April, we saw the first phase. Second phase was over on the 7th of May. So in both these phases, since you personally have done very elaborate psephological studies in Karnataka in 18 and in the previous years,
Yes.
what do you make out of this? Because if you take a certain number of seats, it gives, what do you see is in this for the Congress and the BJP?
I think Congress is doing much better than expected. BJP was expecting a repeat performance for 2019 elections, but I think that is not the case. Congress may get more than 15 seats. That's what feedback I'm getting. So this could be very upsetting for BJP. Karnataka could be one of the game changers for Congress.
Okay. Now, Now we've had 4 phases of polls nationally. What are the big takeaways since you've been very closely monitoring and watching the polls across the nation?
Well, main takeaway is that BJP is not doing that well as it was expected. Means that's the feedback I'm getting.
Has the Modi wave failed, or is it a zero wave? What is really happening with the Modi wave?
Because 2019 Pulwama Balakot happened. So there is no such emotional issue now. There is no Pulwama kind of emotional issue right now. So I don't see a wave. On the other hand, unemployment, price rise are major issues, and it's overriding the Modi factor.
Certain people in the Congress and in the opposition say that when it comes to thinking, Modi would like a voter to think Hindu-Muslim as he presses the button rather than unemployment or price rise or any of these issues. It's just true.
Of course, that's been their issue. That's they made us modus operandi, religious polarization. But somehow it's, at least in South, it's not happening. They may try in North, but again, there also I'm getting the feedback that it's not happening. The Hindu-Muslim thing is not happening in this election.
Okay. Now, when we look at Karnataka, we have seen the guarantees as the big Congress, plus. And on the other side, for the NDA, the pen drive that was released, was spoken about and much has been done. So, do you think the pen drive will be costly for the NDA, BJP, and the guarantees as plus for the
Siddaramaia's guarantees are working. But yes, if Prajival's this pen drive thing had happened few days earlier, I think JDS wouldn't get the seats they are expecting to get now. Means it was, I think 3 days before the election it was released, the news, and it didn't go with the voters. So yes, that will have a negative impact in second phase. The pen drive thing will have a negative impact for BJP. So all in all, I think Congress is much better than expected in Karnataka.
Also, in the state of Maharashtra, which has 48 seats, there is a kind of a sympathy, factor in favor of Uddhav and Sharad Pawar.
That's true.
Do you think that will help the, India alliance?
I think so. That the sympathy wave is there for Uddhav Thackeray. It is helping the India coalition.
Okay. Now, when we see Bihar, this is one state where Bharatiya Janata Party and the N.D.A got very huge number of seats. So, if you look at the present trend, do you think Bihar can see a repeat of?
No, I think Nitish has lost his popularity. He's been seen as an opportunist. So Nitish party will not get that many seats. BJP could get maybe similar number of seats, but Nitish party won't get that kind of seats, and it will be a loss for N.D.A in Bihar.
Okay, when we look at Gujarat and Rajasthan, BJP doing, getting all that there is to get.
Yeah.
Do you think this time Rajasthan will give BJP that kind of a number, or since we saw the previous government was a Congress government, do you see some kind of a correction?
Gujarat may give that kind of verdict, but not Rajasthan. There is anger among voters there. Unemployment, rising prices, those issues are there, still very strong there, and also people are not happy with the choice of chief minister. So that will have a negative impact in Rajasthan.
Okay. When we look at Uttar Pradesh, that has been the big asset of Bharatiya Janata Party, the 60 plus seats that they got. Do you think they can repeat it in Uttar Pradesh?
This time it looks difficult. The farmers are very angry there. So I think there will be loss of some seats. Many people are estimating that BJP won't even get 50 seats in that state.
Yeah, last time from the south, in Karnataka, they got 25 plus 1 independent.
Yes.
Plus, since JDS is aligned with them, they have technically out of 28, 27 with them. Then in Telangana, they have 4. In Andhra, they're expected to do well, with the TDP expected to do anywhere between 15, 16, 17 plus seats.
Yes.
So, do you think overall from the south with 130 odd seats, do you think BJP will get a fair number from here?
because of TDP. It's not because of BJP. TDP on its own will get seats, but they are also losing Karnataka. So overall, there won't be much gain from South.
Also, if you look at West Bengal, that's another very important state. We saw the sting operation on the Sandesh Kali issue. All these issues, do you think West Bengal will help NDA or will help India?
I think BJP may do better as they did last time. If not better, I think they will maintain their seats in West Bengal.
And finally, when we look at the overall numbers, BJP has been speaking of Agli Bar 400 Par.
No.
So, do you see 400 Par?
No. I don't think so. I think they will be lucky if they touch majority mark, but as per current estimates, I think they will be. There is very much possibility India alliance can form the majority. So, or in other words, India forming government can't be ruled out as of now. As few months back, we would have ruled it out.
Absolutely.
But now we can't rule it out. There is a fair chance that India coalition will form the government.
Thank you. There it is, Mr. Premchand Palety, head of C-Fore, a very well-known psephological agency, telling us that we cannot rule out India alliance from forming the government, but then June 4th is still a long way away. Thank you for watching.